Hello everyone, this is John from WP Mayor. In this video we'll be taking a look at the Genesis Extender plugin from Cobalt Apps. Cobalt Apps is also the one behind the dynamic theme, which we've reviewed in another video. These two actually are very similar, but not really go together, so you either use one or the other. So what's the difference? The dynamic theme is actually a child theme of Genesis, which you can use on its own, and it has many features for making it very easy for an end user to change stuff. While the Genesis Extender is actually a plugin which can be used with any child theme of Genesis. So the best thing to show you how Genesis Extender works is to show you a live example. Let's take a look at my Genesis test site. So I've got the minimum child theme installed, and I've also got the Genesis Extender installed and activated. What this gives me is these two new menu items under the Genesis main menu item. So let's start with the settings page. From the general settings, what I'd like to highlight is the static home page system. So once you activate that, let's take a look at my home page right now. So I've got these two columns and the sidebar, and let's say I want 3 columns and a full column just below. So what I could do is select Easy Home 3.1, hit Save Changes, and refresh my home page. So what happens? We've got these 3 columns and 1 full width column beneath. Again, I can change and say I want 3 and 3 below. So there's 3 columns and 3 columns just beneath. That's the way we wanted it. So 3, 3, 3. You can say you want just 2. Same thing, you'll have just 2 columns. And so on and so forth. So let's take a look at the Extender custom menu item, which opens up this page, which really contains the best features of Genesis Extender. Let's start from right to left, and we find as a first item image uploader, which can be used to upload images. I don't really personally find this very useful, but it's there, so if anyone wants to use it, it's better than having nothing. So what is really useful if properly mastered are the hookboxes, widget areas, and conditionals. Now these 3 sort of work together. Basically what you can do is create code or content that goes into certain hooks of Genesis. So you can just select your Genesis hook, like before post, insert this content, and you can insert whatever you want, HTML or PHP or whatever. Now, if you create a custom conditional, you can actually display that content only, for example, on pages. So when the Genesis before post hook executes, but only on pages, for example. You can also invent all sorts of conditionals yourself. Then the widget areas, it enables you to create custom widget areas and also display them conditionally. There's the labels functionality, which allows you to create a label and then use that label as a conditional. So you can have a services page and create a label services and then set as a conditional when the page has a label services, display this particular content. You can also build templates, and you have a CSS builder and a PHP builder, which helps you in case you're not really very familiar with either CSS or PHP. And we've also got a JavaScript content area where you can insert your custom JavaScript here. And also there's the same thing for custom functions. Now I'd like to take some more time to speak about the custom CSS part, which is really the favorite thing about Genesis Extender for me. So let's demystify this custom CSS functionality. Let's say I want to remove the sample image here on my homepage. What should I do? I can just enter my custom CSS and insert the rule, CSS rule, to remove that featured image, which would be something like this. Hit Save Changes and activate Front-End CSS Builder. And when I hit refresh on the homepage, that image is gone. Now, when I hit this Show Hide CSS Builder button, I can also have the CSS editor as a pop-out. So I can actually edit stuff on the fly while putting them on the box. Let me give you an example. I'm gonna have this page title, right? So I want this page title to have a blue background, just for fun. So I can insert this rule, and I just transformed this background into blue. Hit Save Changes, and even if I remove that builder, hit refresh, those changes will persist. And if we go back to our custom CSS box, we'll see our rules here. So those are all the customizations I have done via Genesis Extender. I find this very useful, and I use it on my own Genesis-powered sites, because it's really very easy, even for developers, to just go in, find what they need to modify, change them on the fly, see that they look good, hit save, and you're done. So that's probably one of my favorite features with Genesis Extender. To wrap it up, Genesis Extender can be found on the cobaltabs.com website. There's a full documentation and all the description of all the features, and it can be yours for $49.95. So all I can say is I highly recommend it for those who want that something extra for their Genesis child themes. I remind you that this is compatible with all Genesis child themes, so you'll have no problem whatsoever with using it. That's all for today. Thanks, folks. See you for the next video.